Hey guys, am I sideways? All right, I guess I'll go this way. Starting over. Hey guys, Michelle Beckner of Michelle Beckner Family Wellness. I'm trying to find a place in my house that's good. We have the worst lighting in here. So welcome to the Happy Mama Healthy Baby live show, episode 19, I believe. I am going to give you 6 tips, 6 time management tips for mamas, but I guess really anybody can use them, but I care about mamas most. Yay! I just ate some chia seeds, so I hope I don't have chia seeds in my teeth. So, yeah, if you haven't joined me before for my live show, usually I try to go this way. So, I don't know what's going on with my phone. It's not like, ooh, can I press this? Oh no, that's selfie. Now you can see my. Okay. I'm sorry. Well, if you haven't joined me for my show, usually it's not this much of a disaster. And usually I'm in my bathroom too. So hopefully you can see me okay with this lighting. I just didn't feel like being in my bathroom again. So yeah, the way the show works is Tuesday nights after bedtime, around 8 o'clock or so, I come on here giving tips for being a happy mama and a calm mama. So if you want to know what I mean by a calm mom, go and click the link in the video description and you can give me your email and I will send you over my Calm Mom guide. And yeah, you'll learn some cool stuff. So Tuesday nights we talk about being a calm mama, being a happy mama. Friday afternoons I talk about healthy baby things. So the 2 big things that I focus on are babies who have allergies, especially breastfed babies with allergies. So that's kind of like where the Happy Mama Healthy Baby come together, I guess, because I work a lot with breastfeeding moms who are eliminating things from their diet because of their baby's allergies. So I talk a lot about that on Fridays. And then another big topic that people are always asking me about is starting solids. So I do a lot of starting solids stuff too. So that's on Friday afternoons. So tonight we are talking about tips for time management. And if you join, say hello. So I've got 6 tips here for time management. So I think I'm going to make this like a 2-part series. So today I'm going to give more like high level type stuff, I guess you could say. And then next week I'm going to give more practical things like how do you keep your house clean and still spend time with the kids on the weekends and stuff like that. But today I'm just going to run through 6 quick tips that kind of came to my mind when I think about time management. And so I've heard before, there's lots of different ways to say it, but it's like you teach the thing you need to learn most, right? So I am certainly not an expert at time management. I am certainly not an expert at being productive. But because I'm not so great at it, I focus on it a lot. And I try to absorb and learn as much stuff as I can about productivity and how to get the most out of your time. So nobody needs that more than moms, whether you're a working mom, stay-at-home mom, a mom with multiple jobs, which like on top of your multiple jobs of taking care of kids and everything, right? So yeah, it's a big deal, right? And I know it's a topic that comes up a lot in like just with my mom friends and clients and moms groups and things. So I will just jump right into it. In no particular order. I guess it's in the order that it came to my mind. So my first tip is know what time of day you are at your best. Some people it's the morning, some people it's the evening, some people it's like, mid-morning right before lunch. I guess most people it's not like right after lunch or that like late afternoon slump time, but I don't know, maybe it is. So know when you're at your best. So what do I mean by that? So I'll give you an example. Well, an example of myself. So I know I'm at my best in the morning, probably like right up until lunchtime. So what does that mean? For me is, after the kids go to bed, it's like, okay, I finally have a chance to sit down and get some work done. But first I need to make lunches, maybe do some dishes, finish cleaning up the kitchen. Luckily, my husband does a lot of that stuff. Like I usually cook and then, wrangle the kids while he does the dishes. So that works out. But sometimes I've got some cleaning to do, whatever. So when it's finally time to sit down, usually around now, like 8:30, I'm kind of brain dead. And a lot of times I'm at the end of my rope, like depending how difficult the kids were that night. I just don't have a lot of patience and I feel really frustrated or I just feel exhausted. I don't have a lot of brain power. So I've come to the realization that it's not really worth forcing things. Like if I need to get something done, if I don't need to get it done, too bad. Like if I have to do it, I have to do it, right? But yeah, it's not worth forcing it. It's better for me to take care of myself. I usually don't watch TV, but every once in a while I'm in the mood to watch a show. That's a whole nother story about bedtime inertia if you want to go read or watch one of my old live shows. So I try not to do that. I usually just try to, like, if I'm just done and I don't want to do work, that's when I go upstairs, do my bedtime routine, read in bed, and then go to bed early so that I know in the morning I'm up and refreshed and ready to go. I already know what it is that I need to work on and I can get it done that much quicker. It's so not worth forcing it because it's going to take so much longer. You're going to, just be more frustrated. You might be like resentful of it. You might not even end up getting it done, trying to force it. So figure that out for you. Know when you're at your best and don't try to force things when you know it's just not going to happen, right? So that's my first tip. All right, I'm going to skip this one, save it for last. Next tip is ask for help. Easier said than done, right? I think it's especially an affliction of moms or maybe just women in general. We like to try to do as much as we can on our own. I know I'm totally like that. I kind of like to, I don't know, like prove myself to myself. I don't know where it comes from. But ask for help is huge. And that's something that I made a conscious decision to do when I was pregnant with Genevieve, my first. So that was like a little over 3 years ago when I was pregnant with her. I was like, you know what? I'm pregnant. I need to take care of myself. I'm going to ask for help when I need it, accept help when people offer it. Be happy to, like, if anyone's like, do you need anything? I tell them yes, and I tell them what I need, and I hate to turn down those kind of offers. So asking for help takes practice, but the more you do it, like if you're one of those people that have a hard time doing it, the more you do it, the easier it gets. So I still have a little bit of a hard time, and I always feel like, well, not always, but sometimes I just feel like the person I'm asking is like mad at me about it when they're not. It's just all like internal. So yeah, ask for help. Pay for help if you can afford it. Sometimes it's totally worth it to do that. So that's number 2. Number 3, don't multitask. Again, something I have a really hard time with, but I realize that very, very often I try to do a million things at once. Raise your hand, give me a like, give me a love if you are the same way. It's like you're doing one thing and then you notice, you got to go take the laundry out of the washer, but then there's something on the washing machine that needs to be put away, and then you forgot you were halfway through unloading the dishwasher, and then you have to do this and that and that, and then you get nothing done, right? Because you're running around trying to do a million things at once. So don't multitask is tip number 3. So I guess where I am with that, or my advice for that, if you get stuck multitasking and feeling like you're not getting anything done, at least just notice when you're there, and go from there. So stop and take a breath and try to do things one at a time. And then I guess kind of going off of that, I wrote down brain dump. So that's tip number 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Tip number 4 is brain dump. So this helps a lot when you notice that you're multitasking and you're going crazy, you're not getting anything done. That's a great time to sit down, especially if you're like one of those list making people. Sit down and just write a list of whatever, any tiny little of those million things that are floating around your head that need to get done. Just write them all down on a list. Sometimes you'll sit down feeling like you've got a lot of stuff swirling around in your head that needs to get done, and then it's only like 2 or 3 things. And you're like, oh, That's not so bad. And then sometimes you'll fill up a whole page of things that need to get done. So if that happens, the best thing to do is kind of either put like, if they're just little chores, you'll have them as a list of like, okay, if you've got a few free minutes, here's my list of like little like one-off things that can get done to fill up some time. Or if they're like big things that need to get done, write dates on them that you need to get them done. So like whenever you've got free time or whenever you're trying to plan out your day, you've got that list of things to refer to. And that I kind of included with with another tip, which is plan. So brain dump and plan. I like to do this once a month at least. So once a month, I do a big old brain dump of everything I need to get done, put dates, try to sort. I do it I usually write it down because I'm like a pen and paper kind of person, and then I type it in Excel. So talk about like time management. It's not the most efficient way, but that's just the way my brain works. I write it down, then I type it into Excel, put dates and everything, and then I can sort it by date and all that kind of stuff. And then like as things come up, because life happens, right? I can just add things onto my list. So I try to do that like huge brain dump once a month. And then it's so fun, like you can see how many things you've gotten done, right? And then it's really, really great to do weekly plans. So like, some weeks I'm better at this than others. I haven't been so good at it lately because we've been busy. It's getting really dark in here. I hope you can still see me. What was I saying? Yeah, so Sunday nights or Friday afternoons or whatever day works best for you, plan out your week. Look at your big brain dump list that you made for the month. Pick the things that you're going to do that week. If you want to get really specific, pick the things you're going to do each day, whatever works for you. The more you do it, the more you practice, the more you can kind of get a feel for what works for you. So this whole brain dump and plan, I could probably do like a whole show on that. But that's a great way to manage your time efficiently. Tip number 5. Tip number 5. This one is kind of a more practical tip, so I'll go into more of these things next week when I talk about more practical tips, but it's called Pomodoro. And yeah, I tell like all my friends this. I just started doing it kind of recently. It's really great, especially if you have like an office job or on the computer a lot. I use tomatotimer.com, and so a Pomodoro is great for a bazillion reasons. It's great for your body, it's great for your mind, it's great for productivity. So what it is you set the timer for 25 minutes. So that's like the default setting on tomatotimer.com. And you work for 25 minutes. You don't multitask. So this is one really good tip if you find yourself opening lots of tabs on your browser or trying to do a lot of things. Set your timer for 25 minutes and know that like as soon as you decide you want to try to do something else, like for me it's like as soon as something gets hard, I'll want to like, oh, let me just go check Facebook real quick. But it's like, nope, I'm doing my Pomodoro. I got to keep going until the timer buzzes. So do your straight up work for 25 minutes. When the timer buzzes, get up. Don't keep sitting. Get up. Take a break. If you want to be super awesome, like do some squats or lunges or jumping jacks or whatever, that's really, really good for you to get the blood flowing. It's not best to like just keep sitting there. Oh, hey, Daddy. It's not best to just keep sitting there and now I'm all distracted because my dad just gave me a heart. Yeah, it's not best to just keep sitting there staring at your computer, checking Facebook or whatever. You should get up, get moving, go for a walk, get some water, go pee, stuff like that, and then do another Pomodoro. So last tip number 6 is meditate. So that's the M for my calm mom. That kind of goes along with everything. Like if you find yourself going crazy with like multitasking, trying to get a lot of stuff done, or if you feel like you are overwhelmed with things that need to get done, the best thing you can do, it may seem counterintuitive, but the best thing you can do is just sit somewhere quiet and breathe for a little bit. Sit somewhere peaceful or quiet. So like, lay in your bed, take a nap. It's fine if you fall asleep. I like to sit outside for a few minutes, or even just go for a little walk and do like a walking meditation. So it seems counterintuitive to, sit and do nothing is a time management productivity tip, but it totally is, because if you can kind of clear your mind, then it'll be so much easier to get things done from there. So those are my 6 time management tips for mamas. And come back next Tuesday. I'll give you some more practical tips just around like household stuff with kids taking over your life and all that kind of stuff. And then Friday, I'll be back here talking about babies. I think I was going to talk about baby food, making your own baby food. So we'll see. So thanks for joining, and I'll see you guys Friday. Bye bye.